Hello, hello, hello. Knits for Sanity here, and welcome to my diamond painting whip and chat. WIP stands for work in progress, so grab whatever your work in progress may be, whether that's a diamond painting, a cross-stitching project, a crochet project, a coloring page. Maybe your work in progress is a chore. Maybe you're finally cleaning out your closet. Maybe you're taking a walk. Maybe you're walking the dog. Whatever your work in progress is, take it out. It's time to get busy. And the chat part, I'm just going to keep you company for a while. Thank you for joining me. What am I working on today? Well, I am still working on my first diamond painting for the Festival of Witches and Drills and Chills. Two separate events, but they have a combined Facebook page, and my painting actually overlaps with both of them. I'm currently working on it upside down, but this is a right side up picture for you. And I have an entire unboxing of this kit as well. That may be worth looking at it. You can see the canvas and everything a little bit better. So far, I mean, this kit is going okay. There's a lot of color blocking, like a lot of color blocking. And I have learned I'm not the biggest fan of color blocking. In fact, the square that I will be doing right now on this whip and chat that I'm peeling away my film from is the most exciting square that I've gotten to do yet, I think. I mean, I had a little bit when I was down doing her sleeves too, I guess. That was slightly more exciting. But, it's a lot of color blocking. Like, a lot of color blocking. Uh-oh. Oh. Ha. I went, where are the bottoms of my magnets for my cover minders? They were underneath my painting. Using cover minders that I got from Crashly, Crafts with Crashly. The pens I'm using, one is from Diamond Art Club and one is also from Crafts with Crashly. I will link to both of those in my notes. I finally did get a large tray. This is only serving as a fill-in till I can get something nicer and better. But I was really sick of having small trays, and I'm just hoping that this will work better for me for the time being. Super cheap off from Amazon. I will add a link for this too in case you want to get this. This cover minder was actually a bonus gift from Crashly, and this one I did pay for. I thought this rose was super cute. I don't need to use both of them right now where I'm at in my canvas. So originally my intention was I was actually going to start at the bottom and work up in rows. However, when I saw how much color blocking there is, I mean, guys, there are like 2 or 3 squares that are only one color. I've mapped this out for 25 squares, and 2 or 3 of them have only one color. And so I decided, after I did the bottom row, that I was going to actually go up and around the outside where the majority of the color blocking is and get that done first. So that is what I'm currently doing. Some people love color blocking. I will say it does go faster. I lose interest in it, but that's me. But like I said, this square is a little bit better, and I still love this painting. A couple of things that I did notice. This, I do believe, must be an older canvas. I have been told that Diamond Art Club, when they started manufacturing all of their drills themselves, the square drills got a little bit smaller. And as a result, on an older canvas with new drills, which this kit does have some old drills in it yet, for sure, one of my ABs I noticed is old drills. But otherwise, most of these are new drills. But I do still have some old drills in here. But with the new drills on this older canvas, and again, I'm assuming this is an older canvas because there's more gapping going on in here than what I had in my last square painting. there's a lot more room between the drills, which obviously, you know, as being the perfectionist I am, I'm finding it slightly irksome. But again, like I talk about in my post review of my last diamond painting, Last Autumn Days, from a distance you can't see it. I just lay them down as evenly as I can, and it really works out fine in the end. But that's just an observation I've had, is I think this must be an older canvas. So I could be wrong. If I am, then I am. But these drills are definitely not laying as tight and cozy as my last square drill painting did. All right, and again, I usually like to start in the bottom right-hand corner. A lot of people, if you're right-handed, like to start in the upper left-hand corner. I do it this way for my own reasons. I just don't like to have the potential of ruining the sticky here and getting sticky all over me. But you do you. You got to find your own path, your own pattern for what works for you with diamond painting. Awesome. Oh, well, what has it been like since Sunday night, my last Whip and Chat? Honestly, I've not been feeling that great. My allergies are just kicking me in the butt. Just really kicking me in the butt. Monday, I really did not feel well. And yesterday, I was really off. And then I was doing okay. I had to pick my son up from school early because he had a dentist appointment. And when I got him down in the city, and we were down in the city for quite a while, about an hour away from where we live, I actually started to feel better. I even texted my husband and said, you know, I feel quite a bit better in the city. Definitely less pollen and stuff down here. Which was nice, but I don't live in the city. I had to come back home. And so I came back home. And last night my son had his very first flag football game. Which, of course, I'm not going to miss his first football game. As much as I can, I'm not going to miss any of my kids' sporting events. I mean, I want to be there, right? So I went to his first flag football game, which requires sitting on a field with trees and plants that are all pollinating. And by the time I got home from his football game, I just felt dead. I had no energy. I felt horrible. In fact, I actually fell asleep not long after we got back. Then I woke up shortly after my husband went to bed, right around 11. And then I struggled to fall back to sleep. So my allergies are definitely getting worse as I'm getting older. And maybe I need to try and look into doing something more about it. But that is one disadvantage with living in the middle of nowhere and having 4 children. Trying to get in to see doctors for myself is hard because it's very time consuming. I usually need to travel at least to the nearest big city by us, which is about an hour one way. And it's just a pain in the butt. But maybe it's something I do need to look into now because it's been pretty miserable. I've done better today, but I haven't really gone outside. My husband and I went on our date because it's Wednesday night date night. And I just walked in and out of the restaurant, which we always go to the same restaurant. It's the only... it depends what you consider a restaurant. Like, you know, we got a pizza place, 2 of them in town. And then we have like one family type restaurant that we haven't been to. And then we have this one. And then we have 2 Subways. And that's it, pretty much. Like, there are not many food options. So we go to truly the only really good place in town. Unless, of course, you want to count the ice cream place. We love the ice cream place, but they're about ready to close up for the year. Sadly, it's always a very, very sad day when the ice cream place closes up. But anyway, I just walked in and out of the restaurant. And so I've been doing a little bit better today, but it's meant that I've had to avoid going outdoors, which kind of stinks. My son's football game. Oh, they were slaughtered. I mean, they were slaughtered. Fortunately, in flag football, you really don't keep score. I think, there are some who keep score, but for the most part, you have no idea what the score is. And in this case, that was just good because it probably would have been like about 1,000,000-0. The other team, though, one of the boys on that team, his dad is the head coach of the varsity football team, which doesn't really mean much when you're coaching a bunch of first and second graders, but it does mean that his son is very exposed to football. Very exposed to football. He's one of the water boys at all the games and stuff. So he has a much better understanding of this game. He has been throwing around a ball pretty much his entire life. Then another one of the kids on that team is the son of one of the assistant coaches of the varsity team. So that is another little boy who is very familiar with football. And a lot of these other kids on the team looked bigger than our boys. I think, that just happened to be the luck of the draw. But anyway, I think the kids had fun. My son said he had a great time. That's all I care about. That's really all that he pretty much cares about at this point. He ended up sitting out a good chunk of the game because his team has at least 3, maybe even 4 boys too many to be on the field. And from what it looked like to me, they're only rotating the first graders. So only the first grade boys have to sit out and rotate back into the game. Well, flag football games are not very long, like 40 minutes-ish. And when you have 3 or 4 extra boys that you're trying to rotate in, he didn't get a whole lot of playtime. But again, he seemed fine with it. It doesn't bother me one bit. As long as he's happy, that's all I care about. And it was still really, really cute. It's not like the preschool kindergarten teams where you don't know what these kids are going to do on the field. There is no telling. You might have one little girl who all of a sudden just stops running. We saw this last year. She was carrying the ball. She was doing a great job. And she just decided she was done. She just stopped running. Just completely stopped. Probably about 4 yards short of the goal line. She was done. Just done. And the coach is like, no, keep going. But no, she was done. Or the plays they come up with, you get kids that run circles with this ball. Last night we definitely did still see a couple times the ball was run in the wrong direction. Can't say I ever saw the other team do that, but my son's team definitely did. If you have the opportunity to watch a flag football game by you, it really is worth it. Just one game is really all you need. Because otherwise, they're not the most exciting things, but one game can be a lot of fun to take in. You just see these kids, they just got a ton of energy. They just love being out there and running around. If they get to carry the ball, they're even happier. It's just a lot of fun. Oh, what else is going on in my world, huh? Well, I gotta tell you, there are so many things I want to try out in the diamond painting world. in the knitting world, I have been a member of the knitting world for decades. Pretty much my entire life, right? And like I've been really heavily involved in the knitting world for the last 12 plus years. So I'm really familiar with stuff in the knitting world. And obviously there are always new designers I want to check out, new yarns I want to get. I always want to try, new needles and stuff like that. But it's not like the diamond painting world where everything is so new to me right now. And what I'm really concerned with is I want to try out all these different things so that I can help people not make mistakes that I make. Just because some of you have listened to me from the beginning and you're aware that my first diamond painting experience was abysmal. I tried taking this up a few years ago and I experienced really bad customer service, absolutely horrible quality of a kit. I ran out of my drills and it was such a bad experience that I quit. I gave up. And it wasn't till July this year that I thought, I want to give this a try again. And that's really thanks to social media, watching other diamond art people on social media made me go, I love what these people are doing. I love what they're creating. I love this art. This looks like good quality stuff. And so I contacted an acquaintance on social media and I just asked her, I said, look, this is my situation. Where should I start to dive back into this? I want a kit where the quality is top notch. I want to be able to read all my symbols clearly. I want to know that I'm going to have enough drills. And if I don't have enough drills, if I will be able to get more without a hassle. And she had suggested Diamond Art Club, which I love Diamond Art Club. But guys, there is a whole world of diamond painting companies out there. Just a whole world. And some of them have art that is so appealing to me. Like, I just was looking at Bella Safina's website. From what I've seen so far, I haven't even finished looking through everything because I was only looking at the in-stock kits. But everything I've seen so far, there is not a single painting that I would not like. Not one. Like, I could be gifted any one of those off from the site and I would be happy. Obviously there are some that I like more than others, but there's not a single one that if I got it, I'd be like, oh, well, thanks, but I don't really like this one. Not one. Just beautiful, beautiful stuff. And the other thing that I noticed about Bella Safina's kits, their paintings, almost all, maybe all of them have built-in borders. They are diamond painted borders. So, like, for example, look at my washi tape. Bella Safina might have something like this as part of their painting, but it would be in drills. This would be part of the painting, having these borders. And I really like that because it gives the painting a very completed look. So, because in reality, you're not going to display most of what you end up creating. But then with a built-in border like that, if you happen to have get a portfolio big enough and you can put them in a portfolio, just looking at the painting, it looks more complete to me. I really like it. Quite often borders can really help showcase the art, what's happening inside of the border. So anyway, I really, really want to try and get something from Bella Safina. There's so many companies that I really want to try and get something from. Oh, and then I've been following some people who are working on cross-stitch conversions, which, if you are not familiar or not aware, cross-stitch and diamond painting and like paint by number are all very closely related crafts. And in fact, Most diamond art companies, they use the DMC codes for their drill colors, much like there's the DMC floss that you can get for cross stitch. So it is completely feasible to take a cross stitch pattern and convert it into a diamond painting. And there is this company called Heaven and Earth Designs that does this. They don't sell a completed kit to you. Instead, what they do is they have several cross-stitch patterns that have been converted into a diamond painting for you. And so you make a purchase and you get like the graph. And the reason why conversion does need to happen is because there are more thread colors than there are drill colors. So quite often a cross stitch pattern will have more colors than what are available in drills for diamond painting. So then you need to make some decisions and figure out what colors you're going to put in as replacements. And, you know, depending on different things, I'm sure there's other alterations and stuff that you would want to make between cross stitch and diamond painting too. So you make the purchase and then you get the chart, and then you do get the canvas that you're working on. You get a canvas that's cut to match whatever size your pattern is. Because these are cross-stitch conversions, quite often these are very elaborate diamond paintings with 100 plus colors that you end up using. They are often very, very large. But guys, it is so cool. I just think it is so cool. So I went and checked out Heaven and Earth Designs, and there's this one artist in particular, Linda Ravenscraft. I think it's Ravenscraft or something like that. She has a cross-stitch pattern called Autumn Leaf Fairy. I love it. Oh, it is so pretty. It is just so pretty. But it is very large. I don't remember how big, but it is very, very large. And then you only get the pattern and like, I think they give you information about how many drills you'll need of each color because you're in charge of getting all the drills yourself. And already just buying the pattern with the canvas is really expensive. And I don't have a problem with that because someone has put in the work to make this possible. But it is pricey. And then you have to buy all of the drills yourself. The canvases are kind of like really high quality double-sided tape almost. So it's not a poured glue canvas, which isn't bad, but it is definitely different to work on. It's less forgiving than a poured glue canvas is. All that I'm saying here is I love it. I want to do it. It could be a while. That's what I'm saying. There you go. But if you want to check it out, Heaven and Earth Designs, and the one that I love is called Autumn Leaf Fairy. Love it. Love it. You know what else is cool? Did you know that Hannah Lynn has coloring books? If you don't know who Hannah Lynn is, that's all right. But she has, what are they called? She is an artist who has made all of these drawings of girls. Not like in a creepy kind of way, just really cute, sweet drawings of girls and in all kinds of varieties. Through different periods of time, movies, holiday themed. It's hard to explain unless you look at them. But I mean, they're really sweet drawings. And Diamond Art Club has converted a lot of them into diamond paintings. But there are actually coloring books that you can get. Guys, I think I need a Hannah Lynn coloring book. It's just cute stuff. It's just really cute stuff. I think I have... let me, hold on. I have Hannah Lynn in here somewhere to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. You know, I'm doing all of this and I'm not sure why, because I could just insert like a picture of Hannah Lynn stuff, but still, here we go. I've done all the work now. There you go. So this is a Hannah Lynn, Christie's kitty. See, they're just really cute, sweet drawings. Well, she has coloring books, and I think I really, really, really might need a coloring book. And also, you should be aware that with coloring books, I don't color in the book. I make a copy of the page, and then I color on the page. Couple of reasons for that. First, obviously that way I can continue to enjoy the coloring book, and if I end up not liking what I did on one coloring page, it doesn't matter because I can just copy it again and I'll try all over again. The other thing is I like to use markers when I color, and depending on the paper, most papers actually, the markers will bleed through. So I can photocopy onto a higher quality paper, and I don't have that problem. But yeah, Hannah Lynn coloring books. Super cute. I think that's everything to share from the diamond painting world right now. I went kind of overboard tonight, but it's just I've been looking at all this stuff. I'm like, oh, I want to try this, and I want to get something from this company and see what I think of this. And there are so many small businesses like Etsy shops and stuff that I would love to help support and try out their stuff and be able to, let everybody know this shop, this is some amazing stuff. I've really loved using this. Maybe one day I'll get there. We'll see. In the meantime, I spend what I can and share what I get. And that's what I like doing. So that's what I'm doing. Kind of speaking of which, I mentioned it in my last Whip and Chat and said that I will bring it up a couple more times just because it is new and I want to make people aware that it is there and why it is there. But I had 2 people approach me and say, hey, you got to try that buy me a coffee thing. Which, if you're not familiar, buy me a coffee is a way that you can confidentially pay content creators for their services, because they aren't, I'm not providing you with a good, I'm providing you with a service. And well, maybe that may be debatable for me, but obviously other content creators are definitely providing a service that people enjoy. And so this is a way that you can help support them in what they're doing. And I thought about it for like a week and a half and finally decided, you know what? It's not going to hurt to sign up, because the thing is, I absolutely love doing this channel. I would love to be able to support some of the other businesses out there for diamond painting, and hopefully eventually some newer like knitting developers and stuff as well. But that all takes money that we don't have. And this YouTube channel is not making me money, which is fine. That's not why I started the channel. But if this is something that you do enjoy, and if you have an extra $5, just know that if you do offer something, it will go right back into the channel. Whether that be technology upgrades, or hopefully, ideally, like I said, what I really want to do is be able to try out more products and share what those products are like with all of you so that you know. And then you can decide, oh yeah, I really want to give that a try too. Try and help out, other businesses. So just thought I'd throw that out there again and let you know. I probably will mention it maybe one more time. I don't know. I'm real self-conscious about that kind of stuff. But there, I've shared it again. Oh, what else is going on in life, huh? Well, yesterday when I had to pick my son up for his dentist appointment, and then again last night when we were coming home from his flag football game, there were these turkeys that would not leave the road. Now, I don't know how many of you are really familiar with turkeys, like the wild turkey variety, not the kind that you buy frozen in the grocery store and then eat for Thanksgiving, but the wild variety. Guys, turkeys are one of the strangest, most confusing animals. They kind of remind me of my bulldog. They come across as so dumb. I mean, so dumb. Like this. What are you doing standing in the middle of the road? And then they don't move. So, you have to very carefully try and drive around them and hope that they don't decide that suddenly they're suicidal today and run directly into your vehicle. And that has always been my impression of turkeys. So I never understood all the people who hunt turkeys saying, oh, turkeys are so hard to hunt. Because I'm thinking, what do you mean? They walk in like huge flocks of them across my yard, pooping everywhere. There have been instances where we'll have 20 turkeys in the front yard and 30 in the backyard. Now, I say yard, but it's several acres. Okay, so don't think like city yard size. Think, several acre yard size, but still. I look out my front window, turkeys. I look out my back window, turkeys. And I feel like, how could you not hunt one of these? These are dumb birds. But then I had an experience a few years ago that was very eye-opening. So it was one of these times where there was just this huge, ridiculous number of turkeys walking in our backyard. And I happened to be outside when they invaded. And I'm not sure what compelled me, but I decided that I was going to walk toward them just to see what they would do. And of course, they start to kind of walk away, and they're real slow about it at first, and they kind of waddle and stuff and make a little bit of noise. And then all of a sudden, poof, they take awkward flight, and they all flew up into like this one tree with maybe a couple going into nearby trees. So I figured there were probably at least 12 to 15 turkeys in this one giant tree. And I thought, I'm going to go see what they look like when they roost in trees, because that's how turkeys sleep at night, is they roost in trees. So I went over there, and they never left the tree. They didn't fly away. I mean, they were in the trees, okay? So I went over there, and I look up, and I'm looking, because I'm like, yeah, I really want to see turkeys roosting in the tree. I couldn't find a single one. I could not find a single turkey. For all intents and purposes, they disappeared. I don't know how those buggers do it. Because like I said, they were on the ground, and then they did this weird, awkward flight up into the tree, and they didn't go anywhere after that. Like, they stopped in the tree. I was right there. I was only a few yards away. I don't know. I got there, I looked up, and I could not see a single one. Not one. And I stood there for probably 10 to 15 minutes thinking, well, eventually someone will move, right? Someone's bound to make a movement or something. No, nothing. There wasn't a squawk or squabble. There wasn't any unusual like branch shaking. Nothing. They disappeared. So I think turkeys must have at least a modicum of intelligence. And of the variety that, like I said, I attribute with my dog, which is I'm going to appear really, really dumb so that everybody underestimates me. And that is going to be my secret weapon. The dog. The dumb dog, who is not dumb. He tries so hard to make you think he is slow and dumb. And you know what? He really is neither one. He can move fast when he has the right incentive. Oh yeah, he can move plenty fast. And not dumb. So this goofball, I actually want to put in the rest of these black. This tray's so big. Anyway. Oh, and I think I'll take a drink a second. Okay, so my office nook is in the corner of like kind of the living room, sort of. Officially, it's supposed to be a dining area, but there's no way we'd ever use it for that. That would be a total waste of space. But it's in the corner, and I have it so that it's very sectioned off from the rest of the room. Like I have bookshelves right directly in front of me right now. Obviously you can't see them, but I have bookshelves sitting right there facing out. So I have the flat sides to me. And then from the living room, you just see these bookshelves. So I have it sectioned off from the rest of the room to try and give me, I can't say privacy because there is no privacy in this house. It doesn't exist. 1,200 square foot house with 6 people, a dog, and 2 cats. Yeah, no. But at least the feeling of this is my space, right? I have my stuff back here. Doesn't stop the kids from still coming in and stealing my stuff. Particularly that child number 2. Veda, if you're watching this, you seriously need to cut it out. And then, with how I have it now, and I'll have to make a couple adjustments when I finally get the rest of that shelf that Elfie, the dog, chewed up a piece of last week. Hopefully I'll get the rest of that pretty soon, and then I'll have to make a couple adjustments. But right now, what I've been doing is to keep him out of here when I'm not in here. Is there is another little shelf that I move. I mean, it's super lightweight, and I move that, and it kind of it's big enough that it blocks off like the entrance to my nook. And so this is what I've been doing. My dog is not little, okay? He is 60 pounds, but roly-poly, okay? He has been on video now a couple of different times. You can go back and see him. You know, he's a roly-poly little dude. Not so little dude, all right? A lot of bulldogs are. And he's always been a pretty roly-poly dude, even as a teeny tiny puppy. So, should be totally safe, right? Like, there's no more than a few inches possible on either side of the shelf to be able to get into my area. Like, the only way I can get in is I have to move my shelf. My kids can't get in either unless they move the shelf. Well, yesterday morning, when I got up, I noticed that the shelf that I put there was moved in further. Like it wasn't where I put it the night before. And I thought, that's kind of funny. Well, obviously, husband had to move it for something, you know, whatever. Well, then I find out that when my husband got up yesterday morning, he comes out, and I don't know if you know about the saga of the broken gate. Well, Now, Alfie technically can have free reign of the main part of the house at night because the gate that we use to keep him in the kitchen broke. Some nights he falls asleep in his bed and he's in the kitchen all night long, which did happen last night. Other nights he falls asleep on the couch, which I don't have a huge problem with because it's the only piece of furniture he's allowed on in the house. It's an old couch. But then occasionally, apparently, he does this. So my husband comes out yesterday morning and he hears him. I mean, you can't not hear my dog. The thing snores. I mean, snores. Watch my little short about the creature of the night. Watch that short. Just trust me. Go watch it. In fact, pause this. Go watch it. It's 30 seconds long. There you go. Okay. Now you know what he sounds like. And that's a relatively minor, tame snore. So my husband comes out and he's like, I hear the dog. I hear him. Where is he? He couldn't find him. He's looking all over. He's like, where is the dog? He finally comes over and he looks in my nook here, and that stinker somehow got back here and was sleeping under my desk. I can't figure it out. I asked Dave, well, was the shelf knocked over? Nope. Shelf wasn't knocked over. Nothing was disturbed. To his credit, he didn't do any damage to anything while he was back here. The biggest thing is he loves to tear up cardboard boxes. And I don't want him going after any of my diamond painting cardboard boxes because I got kits in there, right? So that's the biggest problem with him is he's a big chewer, and especially any cardboard he sees, he will chew it up. But he was good. He just came in here to sleep under my desk. But I don't know how he got in. I have no clue how he got in. Still haven't figured it out. Well, then what was really funny is yesterday he was one tired doggy. Like super tired doggy. Like growling at my husband when my husband tried to make him move off from the couch to go outside. Growling because he didn't want to move. He just wanted to sleep. So I said to my husband, how long do you think he was up last night trying to figure out how to get into my nook to sleep under my desk? Because he is stubborn. He is a stubborn bulldog through and through. And I know if it took him 2 hours, he spent 2 hours. If it took him 3, he would have spent 3 hours. Once he gets his mind made up on something, that's it. He will not quit. There is no quitting. So that is Alfie the dog again. I love him. The only dog that I ever wanted in my life was a bulldog. And we had the opportunity to adopt this one because of his cleft lip. And I love him. I do. I love him. But he's also, he snores and he's stinky. He's so stinky. And he loves being by me when I'm in my office nook. Loves being back here with me. And he gets to feeling really relaxed when he's back here with me. And what happens when a bulldog relaxes, they release a lot of gas. And this is not innocuous gas. This is potent, kill you where you sit, smelly gas. This is like, there has got to be some component beyond methane in a dog's farts, especially a bulldog fart. There has to be. So he'll come back here by me and he'll fall asleep and he's so relaxed and he's so happy and he feels so safe because he's with mom. And then dog fart infusion. This is not the infusion you want to have, people. Very quickly, my craft nook becomes a stink nook. Oh my word. It is awful. Awful. I can't even begin to describe to you how awful it is. Oh. So sometimes it's my craft Nook and sometimes it's the stink Nook. All this information that you never knew you needed to know, huh? Well, now you do. Now you do. So that is your lesson. If you ever find yourself wanting to own a bulldog, you do need to know these things. Like, these are very important things to know. Oh, and the drool, very real. Like, very real. He will walk around with these ropes. We call them love ropes. Yes, we call it love ropes. But they're ropes of drool that just hang from his jowls. Oh, it's not pleasant. And yet I still love this dog. I really love this dog. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What else is going on? I got to actually end this pretty soon. I need my tweezers, though. What happened to my tweezers? Put them away. Here we go. Because it's getting to be a bit on the longer side. And the last time I had a long video, it took 48 hours to upload. Well, that kind of brings us up to today. Nothing hugely exciting happened today. I uploaded videos. If you haven't seen it, one of them includes an unboxing with 2.5 of my 4 children. The half is because the one decided to just take off in the middle of filming. It's probably good to watch because it will hopefully help you understand why my name is Knits for Sanity. Yes. Oh, and the other thing that happened today, Veda gets home from school. That's daughter number 2. And I was in my crafting nook, or my office nook, doing like bills and that kind of stuff, boring things. She comes flying back here, and the first thing she says, "Do you know what happened to me on the bus?" I look at her. No, dear, I don't know what happened to you on the bus. A grasshopper landed on me. Okay, so a grasshopper landed on you? Like, we have thousands upon thousands in our backyard. Like, you can't take a step without several grasshoppers flying in different directions. So it's not like we're not familiar with grasshoppers, right? So I did. I look at him like, okay. So you made a new friend. She's like, no. He was brown and green and ugly, and I didn't like him. And why did he have to land on me? I don't know, dear. I don't know why. But this was like the most important thing that happened to her today, that is what she had to come home and share with me immediately. Oh, good grief. So what's up for the rest of the week? Tomorrow is another flag football game. Game number 2 for the boy. He's excited. And then we'll see. I'd like to try and stop by the JV game because they're playing home tomorrow. My son's game goes like 6 to 7-ish, and the JV game kickoff time is 6:30. So we'd miss about the first half of the game, but we got season passes, like the family ticket, so it doesn't matter. So I'd kind of like to stop by and watch some of that. I know several of the kids on the team, and I like to show my support. So we might be doing that. There also is a knitting group that takes place at the library on Thursdays at 1:30. I am quite confident that I would be a pretty odd mix with the group that meets there for many different reasons, and I don't really feel like I need to get into why that would be. There's nothing wrong with the people who meet in this group, absolutely nothing at all, and I think they're probably all very pleasant people, But I think I would definitely be kind of an oddball. And in part because I'm sure they have known each other quite probably their entire lives. And so I would be kind of an intrusion. But now that I am otherwise unemployed, I was thinking about maybe just checking it out. I'm not actually a hugely social person. I did have a knitting group that met regularly every week for years, and then that kind of fell apart several years ago. And I'd love to find another knitting group that I could be a part of. So I'm thinking about maybe stopping by. We'll see. Life's really, really busy, but we'll see. And I also am contemplating taking a trip into the city to go to a craft store, maybe Friday. And then, of course, Friday night is our varsity football game that will be out of town. So it'll probably just be the middle two kids and me going to that one. I don't think there's any plans for Saturday. And then Sunday I'll catch up with you guys again. So I really think that's about everything. And I also really do like the idea of, if by chance you've managed to listen this far, if you could drop an emoji in the comments, I would appreciate it. I mean, again, not that I'm doing this for like notoriety. This is really like for me, but it does help to know that maybe, one or two of you do watch. It makes me feel a little bit better. So if you can drop an emoji, just make it a smile face. Just like a nice little smile face, like, hey, Knits for Sanity. We feel you, woman. You're kooky like me. Or I don't know, just a nice little smiley face. Yeah, I think I have covered everything that I feel that I need to. And if you are watching, please consider liking this channel. I'd really appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, I'd really appreciate the subscription. Just so that I can eventually change my URL. I'm getting really close, really, really close. Although then I lost one subscriber today, which is always just gut-wrenching. I mean, I can understand why, like it's not a problem, but it's like, oh, it's one less subscriber closer to being able to change my URL. Oh. But I appreciate all of you. I appreciate that you let me ramble. And I hope that you get to do the same with someone in your life that will just let you ramble. Or start your own YouTube channel and let me know. I will listen to you ramble. I listen to lots of people ramble. I like it. And as always, I hope you're having a really good day. Please practice kindness with everybody you meet. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what's happening in their life today. And hopefully in return, you'll be treated with the same kindness. Until next time, take care.